This is Ashtar of Ashtarcommand. We are here to serve all of you.
Hello, Ashtar. Welcome once again in our space.
Hello.
So we would love to continue our conversation regarding the Mothership, the tour that we had a few weeks ago.
Yes.
Would you like to talk to us more about it?
Yes. Today we will be focusing on people who work there and how we find such people.
Wonderful. So please go ahead and explain us.
We can give the example of Erica, what's happened to her. She was in the 7D planet, and this planet was ascending to non-physical. So 90, we would say 5, more of 98%. 98% of her people decided to ascend with the planet to become non-physical. And then the rest decided to descend because they thought serving by having their physical body to raise consciousness of the universe by assisting Earth would be beneficial. So when those people who decided to descend, which is including Erica, we code their vibrations because our ships are sort of, last time we talked to you, the ship is not metallic material, even though we could reform it to such a structure, depends on which dimension we are in. But this is energetic, more of organism, what we are in. So when certain being is emitting their intention of serving, that sort of application process is sent to our ship in light speed. So that's how we appeared after they started to, or discussing which path they would choose in their planet as a member of the planet. And since her planet will be non-physical, those people who decided to descend need a place to stay as well. So we launched our ship in her planet, and since then she has been the member of the crew of the Ashtarcommand with her original physical body. So when a member of crew, usually they do have a passion to serve for others, and they do want to raise consciousness and assist ascension in every single level. Some people will be volunteering their work exclusively to be on Earth. Some people are supporting those people alternately, and 80% of our crew members are on their ground crew mission on Earth, and they're not predominantly having same physical feature. When we look at origin of high frequency extraterrestrials, Some of them are humanoid looking, which originally came from planet Lila. And those people who spread their seed to other planets are having similar physical features, mainly blonde and blue eyes and tall, which you could see people in Pleiades and other planetary systems as well, including Erica's. So when they come from more of Arcturian physical structures, which is not exactly Earth human looking or Lila humanoid type, even though they have 2 feet, 2 arms, they look more of aliens. They have blue skins and they look more of ET looking. They have elongated head structure, and however you could really distinguish their group consciousness or group frequency by feeling their frequency. So even though for human eyes they may not tell the difference between, let's say, them and the grays, but for us there are huge difference between because of the vibrations. So we do have those ET looking crew members. We do also have somewhere in between, like Syrians. They do have blue skins and somewhat humanoid looks, but because of the skin color, it's not exactly you can blend in when they come into Earth like Pleiadians do. We also have some of a being, you call it whale being. They do look like a huge whale, but they don't need water to swim. They also came from Sirius galaxies, but in Sirius star systems, they do have a different physical structure of beings because water are extremely creative, so they can form all sort of creatures within their planet. So we do have a whale physical ET person. They don't have humanoid hand or feet. To you, they look like a whale, but they are standing like humans, if that makes sense to you.
How? On their tail or?
Well, it's almost like they don't really need to physically put their feet on the ground. Sort of floating in a way.
I see.
So they're the ones who are, in a way, helping the timelines, helping the timeline memories. So these crew members, they do more of the support of external ascension work. Sometimes there is a, we don't like to use the word manipulation, but manipulation of a timeline is important because there are sometimes unnecessary timelines which is remain at the now moment and which is not serving for all. Some of the timelines are extremely toxic, and these energies are affecting on more or less for the collective level. So these well-beings mainly take over timeline shifting duties to collapsing timeline. Of course, timeline will collapse by itself, but when we have a helper to maneuver them, you can do it more effective manner, and also to make sure no other beings are creating artificial timelines.
So what they do is that they remove artificial timelines.
Or some old timelines no longer suitable at the present structure or present level of ascension level.
Okay.
So when some people talk about, let's say, galactic histories, there are so many galactic histories and the galactic timelines. Depends on who look at the particular timelines of galactic history. Even though, let's say, galactic war happened, but when timelines shifted into higher frequency, the fact itself doesn't change. But how you take the story or how overall structure itself of the timeline, we're talking about vibrations, would change. So let's say these well-beings are in charge of overseeing general flow, general frequency level of timelines. We do also have Zeta or Mantis looking beings as well, so as reptilians. These beings are more of belonging to 6D level and doesn't necessarily vibrating in lower frequency. So when a being wants to serve for others, the acceptance requirement is their passion, their love for others, and the people would use their talent, whatever the talent that they possess, depends on their structure of a being, and they utilize their talent to chip in as a crew member. So how do we decide our mission? We do not tell each member, just like let's say the military structure. Boss tells you, oh, you have to go to Afghanistan today. No, it doesn't work that way on our structure. Because all of us are abiding free will. So we will talk what sort of thing you would like to do to serve others. So we consider about your talent, you consider about your passion, you consider about how much you can serve in different environments. So people like me are in the position because I am more experienced than others. So when new crew members or somewhat newly crew members comes in and want to serve a planet C with her or his ability, and then we look at the structure of the planet and the vibrational level and how different it is from what she or he is used to. So we offer our wisdom and the knowledge on one, how to prepare if you really want to go there, or two, do you want to go to lesser degree planet which is much more similar to you to get used to what you do, and after you gain more experience you can expand your challenge into something more different from what you know. So of course when the mission goes into broader level, I am not the only one who will consult a crew member. We will have Jesus, we'll have Archangel Michael. We will also have Galactic Council of your district, and we do sit down and consult, decide as a group. So you will get specialists to give you the advice when you have a wish to serve, let's say, a particular planet. So by then you will be completely prepared, and we'll do briefing so you know what you would expect once you go there. So that's basically why I am where I am as my position. But my position is not about telling anybody what to do, because you don't need that kind of a structure once you are in the high frequency society.
And once one joins the Ashtarcommand, do they, if they want, they can sign out? How does it work?
Yes, if they want to. But usually people are very much into serving. So either way, you will end up serving anyways. Do you serve others through your planetary structures? Some Pleiadians will do their missions through their planet Pleiades. Some Pleiadians are in our ship and serving with our organization, which is a choice. But either way, you won't stop serving, because living in high frequency realms are all about serving others. So one of the reasons many crew members stay with us for a long time, because we have a variety of different ways to serve others. We will go all over the galaxies, we will go all over the universes. So it's not limited to one universe or one galaxy or one district. Versus when you are, let's say, serving from Pleiades, you will be serving within this galaxy or within this universe, but you won't be serving in completely different universe, for example. So if a being is more curious type and they want to experience all sorts of different way of serving, they don't really want to leave. And some of the people are like Erica, they no longer have their planet. So they consider the ship as their home. So they'll stay and they serve. But when they do have a physical mission to become the member of a particular planet, they do have absence during the daytime, and they'll go back as who they are at nighttime when they are sleeping. So the indication of when you are in the ship, because you're not dreaming on that night.
Can it be that you can be for some hours on the ship and some hours back on your body and dream?
Yes, you will leave your body just like the movie Avatar. So you go back to your original body while you are in the ship.
So on
Because
the ship, they have we have different bodies.
you have your original body.
Original, you mean the one, the earthly body, or the one that is on the ship
The one who you are.
on Earth?
No. As a star being.
I see. I see. Okay.
The Earth body is a temporary body in order to do your mission. That is not your original body.
Yeah, like a costume.
That's something you need to have in order to serve.
Hmm.
So during the nighttime when you're sleeping, your consciousness as a star being, you are not transferring the full part of your consciousness into your earth body. Your original body and your majority of the consciousness is still in the ship. So in a way, you are transferring that part of the consciousness you have within your human body back into your body on the ship, with, let's say, 80% of consciousness left within your original body in the ship.
And this original body on the ship, is it a physical body or a semi?
Yes. So depends on who you are. You might look very different from Earth body. You might look extremely similar, but your frequency is different. I'm talking about you look humanoid. So, because unless your duration of physical life within your original body structure expires, which usually doesn't for a long time, because when you are in the high frequency dimension and you're from high frequency beings, there's no time, there's no death, so you do stop your time. Even though there's no time, I'm explaining to you, your body is, let's say, in your 20s, and you stay like that in the ship and you don't die, so that's your body you originally come with to the ship. So nighttime you go back to your own body.
And so there are different original, every being on the ship, they have different original.
Yes, they have their own bodies, so we are quite multicultural.
And what determines one's original body?
Original body means once your consciousness decide to form semi-physical structure, we would say 70 and down, then you have some sort of physicality. The percentage of light body and physical body is different between which dimension your body is formulated, but you still do have some kind of structure. The formation, just like the ship. So when you have an individual consciousness with semi-physical body, that's the original body. However, we do have non-physical members on our ship.
What do you mean? You don't have physical members?
Means someone who doesn't have a semi-physical body. archangels are not members. They are more of advisory board individuals. They don't have physical bodies. They are
energy,
higher frequency structure. They could form their physical body if they wanted to, but they are core beings of physicality is non-physical. So was Jesus, so was myself. So we do have non-physical members in the ship. So when it comes to non-physical members, we are more of helping and guiding our crew members within the ship. So we don't do grounding crew work. So our physical structures are remaining as a non-physical. We would say 10% of the crew members are non-physical members. And the rest of them are semi-physical. So members are consist from 5D, 6D, 7D. Some of them are 8D, and they could still form their semi-physical structure if they wanted to.
Yeah. I have a question. I'm sorry.
So we are here to serve, and that's our common uniting ideology or spirit. That's how we are formed, and we feel our togetherness as a group consciousness, even though we come from different planets and the different dimensions.
Beautiful. I want to ask you a question regarding the original body. When the soul leaves the ship, the mothership, and takes the body that it needs for the mission that it has on a planet, what happens to the original body?
Okay, we talk about the example of you. See, there are different timelines. This is a little bit confusing because they are not black and white way to explaining to this. You do see your original body in cold sleep system. Erica does have her body in the system as well. However, that's one timeline. That's one timeline. Let's say you would bring your consciousness back into your original body once your mission is over on this planet. That is a one timeline. Your original consciousness, which still remain within the ship with original body, decided to go on non-physical. Let's say you still have a semi-physical body, but you decided to join non-physical group. We're talking about your consciousness. So you no longer have individual consciousness because you will join, let's say, 90 Actuarian Council. Then you don't have an individual consciousness anymore. So you become part of that consciousness, which is much bigger and definitely non-physical. So let's say your original body is, in a way, left empty, which is in cold sleep, waiting for your consciousness on Earth to come back into that body. In some other timeline, you on the ship didn't decide to go on non-physical. You are sort of playing a higher self role to yourself on Earth. So you remain your consciousness and your original body. So you only send out aspect of your consciousness within your Earth body. And once your mission is over, that aspect is going to come back to you. Let's say if you only send 10% of your consciousness from your original body and the original consciousness on the ship, you get back 10%, which is within your Earth body. Does it make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on how your original body and the original consciousness decide what's the next step of the ascension, which many of you have decided to go on non-physical. And then you on Earth want to go back to your original body on the ship. So that's why you see some of your body is in cold sleep, because that timeline has already happened. So majority of your consciousness decided to evolve into non-physical group structure, which is not an individual anymore. It is clear.
Thank you. I have a personal question. Can I ask?
Yes.
I have a memory of me visiting a big ship where there was this huge room with pods looking like glass pods or capsules with bodies inside, and I remember walking up to one of them and I saw myself inside with a not the same body what I have now. I don't remember exactly how it looked like, but I knew this is me in a kind of stasis mode. And I wonder if this is what we are just have been talking about, if that was my body on
Yes, that is your original body. That's your original body from your original physical planet. That's when you enlisted yourself to be a part of the crew member.
So this room I saw was in the mothership, in the Ashtarcommand mothership.
We have the section of our crew members' body are stored. Because as we know, we are having ascension. So some of a high frequency beings, that's including yourselves, want to go to the next stage, means going to the non-physical. Because after 7D and 8D, you only go up to 9D, which is no longer physical. So when you decide that direction, your body will be in a way empty. But we don't want to lose your original body just because majority of your consciousness decided to ascend. You don't need your body to go back to.
Right.
That's why those bodies are in cold sleep. Because your consciousness recognizes your body as your body. And a lot of times when you enlist yourself to do a ground crew missions, not just on Earth, but any other planets, you do have to adapt different bodies in those planets, which is almost like a temporary outfits you're wearing. But you also do understand that is only aspect of you wearing this body on a temporary basis. You do have this innate knowing of which body is your original body. So when you decide to shift into non-physical group consciousness, those beings, you do have your body stored into cold sleep room. So by the time you finish your mission, you can go back to your body. Just like Arbiter.
Amazing. Okay. So I want to thank you so much for bringing through all this amazing information.
Yes. This is always a pleasure to talk to all of you. This is Ashtar of Ashtarcommand. We are here to serve all of you.